Hi ho, it's Thursday on VR Radio. How's it going, folks? Welcome to VR Radio. Thank y'all for joining. Hope you're having a fantastic morning or evening or afternoon. How are you, Jasmine? LeBron? Slick? Gamer Reality? Now that's a name I haven't seen in a while. Welcome back, buddy. Hope you're doing well. What's up, Elliot? And Jesus, Lampsock. Folks, we got a chill show today. Play through some tunes as always, and maybe take some calls on Discord here towards the end of the show. Of course not, I wouldn't know what fame is. Got a new overlay, folks. Keeping it chill. It's all about repetition, R3. It's actually T, Kimber. Can you get it right, please? I'll tell you, there's nothing like good old spreadsheets in the morning. Can't be beat. And hey, welcome, Tyler. Andrew, you may want to change your pants there, buddy. Vietnamese classic from the early 50s, I'm imagining. But hey, Eric, this is Jack Clone number 565, coming at you live from the virtual reality wire. Thanks for tuning in to VR Radio, folks. We got Peaceland by New Chavez. Hey, glad to hear Willie Mac. Thanks for tuning in. Definitely not playing that one, Dr. Dark, but nice try. I think it does represent you very well, Dr. Dark. Unoriginal. As many times as you send that message, I still don't think you're going to fool anyone there. But keep trying. You might get it one day. Egotistical Flame, if you're still there, buddy, I hope your finals goes well. You as well, EVA. Hope your tests are successful. You can do it. Todd, the Bethesda man himself. Always good to see him. Kimber, it's actually just blow up arms so that I look more muscular than I am. But hey, glad they're working. Benjamin Blackman says, can we recommend music? You absolutely can. You can click the Discord link in the description. And every week what I'm going to do is kind of compile them all on Friday, the suggested songs that I dig, and we'll have a little community stream on there. Glad to hear, Matt. Glad to hear it. Bucket of Content says, how are you always so relaxed? My secret is, internally, it's just a constant chaos. It's like the Energizer Bunny inside my mind. So that creates the great contrast on the exterior. Good question there, Tate. We're actually working on the 24 Minecraft hour edit currently, so it should be out next week. Is there a space launch today, folks? I'm behind on the Scientific Times. I did see Elon Musk change his profile picture to I think it's the new shuttle that can transport humans, if I'm correct, transport astronauts. Look pretty interesting. Folks, that was Peaceland by Nuchabe's off of his first album, I believe. Yeah, released in 2003. Known as the father of lo-fi. Hey, glad to hear it, Tate. Dr. Dark says, hey, I'm new. What is this about? Can we call in? And if so, how? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. Good one. I feel like I should just have a sound bite that explains what the show is. Sort of like one of those traditional, like, you're listening to VR Radio, 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 radio. Sort of go into detail on what it is, but hey, either way, we got Moonstruck by Nuchabe's. This is a show where we play beats, take calls, and answer questions. There's your answer, buddy. Tate says, have you ever thought of getting into actual radio? You know, on one hand, I respect radio. You know, I think it's a medium that's been around for a while, but on the other hand, I feel like this new digital type radio is kind of the future. In a sense, when you look at, like, you know, lo-fi beats, 24/7 beats to relax, study to, it has a consistent, you know, 15K viewers, which is interesting. I'm talking about lo-fi beats, we got Still Talking to You. My new job is. Yo, Eric, that'd actually be pretty sick, yeah. If you have a Discord, feel free to drop me a message. Otherwise, you can find the email in the channel. Dr. Dark asks, what do you think about Discord stealing our info? I don't know enough about the situation to really form that deep of an opinion. That being said, whenever I log into a service or use a program now on the internet, I pretty much assume they're selling my info. I mean, we are the product to a lot of these free companies, right? They have advertisers, and they have data on us that they can sell, right? Like, Google is free, but that free comes at the cost of our privacy. And that, you know, it's a trade-off, right? Like, Google has made our lives so much better. On the other hand, you know, we've made them a lot of money. Sorry. Hey, what's up, Zylo? It's probably a smart move there, Dr. Dart. Silly Bullet says, what do you like drinking to help maintain your voice? What I like to do is take a cup of, you know, like a coffee cup, right? Without any coffee. Then I pour vinegar into it, and then I pour some hot sauce into it. And then 1 tablespoon of milk, followed by 3 dashes of pepper, 2 dashes of salt, then a little bit of honey inside of that. And then I also take like some garlic bread and dip it into that concoction. And then I put the garlic bread in the microwave for about 15-30 seconds. And then I take that concoction and then I put it into the blender with a couple apple slices. And then I drink that in the morning. I don't know where I was going with that. Folks, we got April Showers by Aquafina. It's true, folks. Try it. It's funny. Ozir says, I just realized that you have the script in your chapter talk videos in your headset. That's amazing. Yeah, man, it helps a lot. It's like, there's something about writing what you're going to say before that kind of helps you really try to make it, try to say more in a shorter amount of sentences, if that makes sense. That would be much harder just doing it off the cuff. That being said, always trying to improve the format, so suggestions welcome. Well, folks, that was April Showers by Aquafina. Let me know in chat what you're drinking. You know, are you drinking coffee? Are you drinking tea? Are you drinking water? Maybe there's someone out there that's drinking some Diet Pepis. We are actually sponsored by the Pepis company. Not Pepsi, not Coke, but Pepis. So be sure to get that in stores. But hey, I got Feel the Void by Fat John. My dog grabbed my beanie. She was tearing it apart, as she does. Syndexis says coffee with a dash of bourbon. Keeping it classy there. Maelstrom says Sprite cranberry. Pug Jesus, I'm drinking ayahuasca right now. I would not recommend that while on YouTube, my friend. Water and fluoride. Oh, hey, man. I gotta try that. I gotta try that blend. Sounds good. Timor medium roast with Honduras and Costa Rica dark. Ooh. Honduras brings some mellow tones, and Timor tastes rosy with chocolate. Damn, that sounds good. Don't forget, folks, we're going to be taking some calls here in Discord in about 20 minutes. Click the link in the description to maybe join. Feel the Void by Fat John. Oliver Embry says, just walked past my mom with this playing. Pretty sure she thinks I'm watching a weird... Is my voice too deep? She thinks you're getting up to no good? Well, hey. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Welcome to the stream, Red Talon. Good to see you. seen this, folks? I swear my socks to her are just like crack cocaine. She grabs them. She knows she's not supposed to. She grabs them. Nope. Luke. Do not. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Just trying to grab my beanie again. A rascal. Folks, we got Fractals by Lungfall. She's about 3. It's funny, she's still in that teenage age. So she's not a little puppy, you know, but she's not an adult. So her puppy energy is, I would say her puppy power level is at like 60%, right? Whereas her adult, you know, mature dog is about 40%. So she has moments where she just gets so excited and just zooms all around. Other moments where she's chill. She's almost there. Hey, good move there, Red Talon. You know, she does have chew toys, but she chews them and destroys them within a day. So really I should probably be a better dog dad and get her one of those indestructible chew toys. But hey. That was Fractals by Lungfalls in the Deli. You know, we got a new one. Change My Mind. Off of the Chillhop Essentials Spring 2019 collection. Absolutely dig this one. Hey, what's up, C-Link? Welcome. folks. Now this may only apply to people in, for example, the U.S. But there's a new Democratic presidential candidate, Andrew Yang. We're sort of talking about universal basic income, the idea that we would have a sort of $1,000 per month allowance. Have you guys seen this? Have you heard of this? You know, I'm still trying to decide where my viewpoint is on it, obviously. And yeah, I mean, I don't want to get too political. The reason I bring it up is because the idea that, you know, inner peace or even purpose could be found through a simple allowance a month, a simple budget a month. I think it's easier said than done, right? Yeah, a simple $1,000 a month may help a lot of people. But I don't know. I always change my mind. By Saint Weekend. Maelstrom says it's hard to determine the best solutions to problems like poverty, though. Nobody has a perfect answer. Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, it seems like such a individual problem, right? Like one could fall into poverty for many reasons. There's no like set structure that you could apply to an individual or a group of individuals to bring them out of poverty. I think it definitely comes down to personal willingness or even the situation the individual one finds himself in, but two, the decisions they make throughout their life. I don't know. That's why there's people much smarter than me working on it. We got Last Snow by B-Side. Completely different note here, folks. Do you ever have that problem where your router is literally like, just a degree off, and therefore your computer cannot pick up the correct frequency, the correct Wi-Fi vibration, and the little Wi-Fi indicator goes down by a bar? and then your stream starts dropping frames left and right. Absolutely infuriating. Not the big mood there. I think we're getting some technical difficulties here, folks. Stick with me. And give me 1 second. There we are. Folks, we got Pokey Date by Strello. Loving these piano vibes. Secret Service heard us talking about UBI and started DDoSing the stream. Folks, they are coming after us. Okay. Strange things are happening. My coffee machine only brewed half of the pot of coffee. The NSA is messing with me. Hell, even my microwave, you know, I put 30 seconds on it to heat up something, and it stopped heating after 15 seconds. They're after us. They're onto us. Where did we hang the disrupt sign? Right now this is my home, but at the sort of the office that we have, hung it out front there. Kimber A asks, does your dog ever bark at you when she sees you in the headset? Did she at first? You know, she never barked, but what she would do is realize I was in the headset, right? And then she'd realize I couldn't see her, so she would go into the kitchen and get into the garbage while I was, like, you know, immersed in Skyrim or Fallout, and just, you know, grab the garbage, because I'm, you know, I got the headphones on, I'm completely immersed in there, and then when I re-emerge to the real world, there she is, eating away at garbage, looking at me like, oh, did I do that? Hey, talk to you later, Red Talon. Go catch that bus. Z-Man says, yesterday I joined mute chat and I was so close to falling asleep. Thanks for waking me up. I was so out of it. Then you go, is a hot dog a sandwich? I wasn't ready. That's funny. Someone brought up the question yesterday, is cereal soup? Okay. Is cereal soup, folks? And there was a great response from one of our regulars on the server there. Let me see if I can find it. Dan, Dr. Doodle says, cereal is a salad. His reasoning being cereal is still cereal without milk, right? Milk is optional and acts like a dressing to the mixed jumble of small food items. And honestly, I'm having a hard time arguing with that because, on one hand, the comparisons do not end there, right? You can eat cereal without milk, okay, and you're still getting the cereal experience, you know, albeit not as good as, you know, milk and cereal. Whereas you can eat salad without salad dressing, albeit not as good of an experience as salad dressing plus salad. So honestly, I think cereal and salad are more similar than dissimilar. First caller of the morning, Dr. Dark, bringing it back. What's up, man?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, doing all right. How about you? How you doing, my friend?
Good, thanks. I need to quickly talk about, is the cereal soup? No, it's not. Soup
Okay.
comes from a can.
I don't know about that one, man.
It depends, like, how you think about it. I guess
Mm-hmm.
if you're woke, like most of your viewers,
Uh,
you know.
I mean, okay. Take the Aborigines of Australia, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now they would. I imagine they would, you know, go hunting. Let's say they went hunting for kangaroos, right?
Yeah,
They would make kangaroo stew, kangaroo soup, over the fire.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
That didn't come from a can, you know.
I guess not, but in the day of, uh, and that's what I mean. It depends what day and age you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And if we're talking about, you know, where food was made with real products and isn't sold, you know, with mostly sugar in it, um,
Mm-hmm.
you know, be a
Like
bit thing. But
processed.
my dog has something to say. Is that okay if he quickly talks?
Oh, absolutely.
Alright, Chev, tell him what you have to say. And it's not me because you can hear me.
I thought that was you for a second.
So he basically said, Disrupt is the best YouTube channel he's ever seen.
Oh wow.
Folks, if you're watching and you're not subscribed, subscribe now. Anyways.
He sounds like a very, very friendly dog. I'd love to, you know,
It's the one in my profile pic, actually.
Oh really?
I made him look like Sans. So.
Let me see if I can throw that on the stream there. He looks like a great dog there.
Yeah, he's 14 months now.
Does he have a?
His name is.
Oh, he's 14 months. He's a pup. Does he have Does he have an eye patch?
An eye patch? He does when his eye isn't glowing blue. Nah, he doesn't. That was just me editing it because it just started to feel like Sans.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's just a little bit of a meme. So.
It's a good meme. It's a great meme.
Yeah, and stop it, Shevet. Stop. Sorry. And I saw Fred today.
You saw Fred, the YouTuber Fred?
No, Fred the spider.
Oh man,
How would you forget about?
I don't know why I thought immediately the YouTuber Fred, like from 2006, you know?
Oh my God.
The high-pitched Fred. Okay, so you saw Fred, our spider bro.
Our spider bro, yes.
How's his uncle doing?
Well, like we said, his uncle's dead.
Oh, true. How's he kind of handling it, though? You know? How's he handling the situation?
I think he's I don't know how he's going. I don't know. He doesn't seem like himself anymore.
He's kind of
I
depressed.
know.
It's rough.
He was on my Xbox the other day, and he was just sitting there for hours on end.
Just kind of
He doesn't-
contemplating
Yeah.
life, existence.
Yeah, he was probably thinking about the creators of our world. And actually talking about this, because I wanted to talk about this.
Yeah.
What do you think about, have you ever had a paranormal experience?
You know, I've never been in a, how do I say this? I've never been in a sober state of mind and had a paranormal experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, I guess, yeah. I guess, I don't know. So you don't believe in the paranormal personally, because, that's your opinion.
You know, I do. I think there's something that we maybe can't see with our eyes. That being said, it's not something I open myself up to. Like, I don't, I try not to dabble in it too much,
Yeah. Even though, like, we've been alive human race has been alive for 200,000 years or something. And, we've proven time and time again that math and science makes our world turn. But there's just some things that we, the big scientists have chosen to ignore. And is that, they don't even debunk it, they just ignore it. And, sometimes you think, oh, they might believe in the paranormal. So, I've had a few experiences myself that, because I lived in a, army house for a while, where army residents would, the troopers and their families would take would have a home there, and I lived in there for about 4 years, and there was some, and you would hear like marching on the floor outside, like in the hallway, just like a very army type of march, like left, right, left,
Whoa.
that type of thing. And it was quite, and I was, when we were there, I was 9 to 12, so 3 years, not bad. So, I don't doubt that it wasn't real, but, because, it had happened, something like that would happen, and once I saw someone in an army uniform in the corner of my father's room, and it was really dark. My father, he is a vet, and I thought it was him for a sec, and then it was like just a figment. It's hard to like, but I was young at the time, so it could just have been my imagination. You never know. But I'm open-minded. I'm happy to say, might have been in a paranormal experience. But, when you're that young, you never really know.
Yeah.
What could be real, because, when you're 10, you think about army and shooting and pew, so you never know.
Well, I think there's definitely like some level of this experience that we all have that science, just there's a certain point where it can't explain. And that's not to say that we shouldn't try to explain it with science. Like, we shouldn't just give up and be like, oh, that's just paranormal. But I think there is, there's some sort of thing, at least in my understanding, that happens with time and energy and sort of different vibrations that areas give off, I think.
And do you believe? Well, I think there's probably strong evidence that there would be more life in the universe. What do you think about that?
I think I'm gonna have to ask the next caller that question.
No,
Is there aliens?
Don't do this again. No, back.
We got to give other people a chance. I do believe, though, to answer your question, I do believe there is other life. Yeah, I think it's too big not to.
Yeah,
for sure.
well, well, they say that there's a replica of our world, that has water on it. So I think as long as the rest of the universe applies by our theories, of logic and stuff, I think that there's a high chance, sorry, um, that there could be more than, you know, just us. And
Hmm.
also, I want to say, how what were you thinking about going into the unmuted room yesterday? Like, did you think that was a good idea?
Hey, sometimes, you got to throw a little bit of chaos into the order, my friend. Just to
And
kind of, throw it off.
a question that you dodged a while ago.
Okay.
I was trying to ask you, what do you think about theme parks? And you just said I'll ask the next person.
What do I think? What do I think about theme parks?
You're gonna kick me, aren't you?
I feel like that should just be an ongoing bit, even though it's not that funny. It's just where I never answer that question.
You just think it's funny.
Thanks for calling, Dr. Dark. Talk to you.
No, wait, no, I actually want to know. Don't do this, Jack. Jack, no.
My opinion, my official VR Radio 2019 Disrupt opinion on theme parks is
Oh, here we go.
they're all right.
Oh my god, I thought I was gonna get kicked.
Dr. Dark, everyone. Always a great call. All right, folks. We got SK next.
Oh, hi there.
Hey,
Hi there.
SK, regular of the show. How are you?
Well, I'm fine, thank you. I have green tea with me, green tea bubble tea,
Oh,
and I'm eating this thing called Waji balls. So, hello everyone, and hello people on the stream.
you're eating Waji balls. What is that?
They're kind of like this. They're kind of doughy. That's all I can say.
Okay.
They're pretty doughy. Yeah.
Sounds very Japanese.
I shared a photo of it on Red Tracker. If you want to see what it is,
Yeah, let me
look at Red Tracker.
pull this up. Oh, that looks delicious.
It is pretty delicious. Good Asian stuff, man. Good Asian stuff.
Yeah.
So, that was quite the call you had with, Dr. Dark there.
He always keeps it interesting, I gotta admit.
What was I about to say? I kind of forgot what I was about to say.
But
so
I got a...
Oh, go ahead.
Well, I want to ask, very important question. You might have heard this earlier, but is cereal soup?
Well, in my opinion, I don't think it really is soup.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's a breakfast item.
Mm-hmm.
That's one. But to me, I just don't feel like it's a soup. It's more like a dessert, a very odd dessert, I guess, because it's sweet. I would mostly describe soup if it was more savory.
Yeah.
That's all. That's my take on it. Oh, I got a question for you, Jack. Okay, now it came to me.
Yeah, sure.
What is your most fondest childhood memory?
Oh, that's a good one. So immediately, what comes to mind is my mother's side of the family lives in Oregon, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm more of an East Coast guy. So every summer we would sort of go over to Oregon for a month or so and kind of spend time with family. But there was a specific trip that we went to these big sand dunes, and I was probably like 10 or so at the time, and seeing 25-foot, 50-foot high sand dunes just felt like a massive desert to me. So we would kind of run around on the sand dunes, and that was a good memory.
Was it like a new world for you?
It was, yeah. It was like kind of opening up the curtains to just nature and whatnot. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
What about you? What was your
your
fondest memory?
My fondest childhood memory was the first time I went on stage making like doing a speech, it was quite empowering. I never thought like a tiny girl like me could have like done a speech in front of
Hmm.
many other people because I kind of have that this anxiety. Even you can tell I'm pretty jittery, but going onto stage the first time I did my first speech when I was 7, that was quite empowering.
Hmm. You killed it. Yeah, there's something about like,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I still, I'm a terrible public speaker, but like, that, like, if I'm understanding correctly, it's almost like that energy where you can like forget that you're public speaking and it just kind of starts coming through you,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You
Yeah.
kind of just forget your anxiousness and you kind of like go and start talking and go wild, you know?
Yeah.
That's I would say that's kind of like one of my greatest strengths is to forget and go on with it.
That's cool. That's rad.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Well, hey,
Um,
SK, I hope you enjoy your green tea and
yeah,
your what are those
Maji
called?
ball. Yes,
Maji
it's
balls.
Maji. Yeah.
Right on. It's
Fixed on your
delicious.
pronunciation there, but yeah. We'll see ya.
All right, talk to you later. Green tea, Maji balls. Let's get this bread, folks. Don't forget, you can click the link in the description to join the Discord. Take some calls here for the last few minutes of this show. You got a familiar name. Play your some. You're live on air.
Hey,
What's up, dude?
what's up?
How's it hanging, brother?
Pretty good. Just woke up. I'm gonna here in just a little while. Gonna go get some breakfast with my parents
Hey, right on.
before they
Man.
go on a trip.
Hey, I feel it. There's nothing like going out for breakfast. That's like, it's always like a special occasion. I feel like.
Yeah. We usually eat at the house, but there's a place called Jimmy's Egg we're probably gonna go to this morning. But
Oof,
yeah,
I dig it. What's your breakfast food of choice? Are you biscuits and gravy?
bacon.
Bacon. All right.
I mean, I used to really like biscuits and gravy, but recently my dad has, like, for the past 2 years, been doing a keto diet. So,
Ah,
and he's lost over 80 something pounds from doing it.
oh wow.
Yeah. And it's basically it's just doing no carbohydrates, and lots of meat, lots of fat, butter and bacon grease and whatnot.
Huh. That's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's it goes against like the grain of what most people consider to be a healthy diet, and it's because of a lot of misinformation back in the 50s,
Hmm.
where the food pyramid actually should be upside down because of the way that he made the information essentially.
You know, I heard of that. I feel like there's so much like disinformation that was spread in the 50s. Like, did you hear about the idea of like, you know, they always say like breakfast is the most important meal of the day, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
Where that was essentially like spread by like the Kellogg's company to kind of
yeah,
sell more cereal.
yeah.
That's crazy.
There was one guy in particular. I remember they had a story of where he was talking to doctors and asking them what kind of diets would you want, a heavy diet or a light diet for, um, basically breakfast, and the doctor goes, oh well, I would think heavy breakfast, and so he got enough doctors to verify, like to also or sign on that or like agree on that,
Hmm.
and then immediately you can see what happens afterwards is canned bacon or canned ham or whatever just immediately goes up the roof because he recommended on the paper a specific diet or a specific, like, sausage, eggs, and bacon, toast, this huge breakfast,
Mm-hmm.
and like it's immediately the sales of those things went up the roof.
Hmm.
It was pretty crazy.
I mean, it's smart marketing. I'll give them that.
Yeah, yeah,
If they're just about the money, you know. But hey,
yeah,
I do like breakfast though. It's a great meal.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Um, but yeah, it's like I'm kind of a person that goes against the grain of what most people think is, the right way of doing things, essentially. Uh, because my mentality of it is that just because a large group of people say it's the right way, or a guy in a white suit tells you to do it, I don't necessarily do it just because they tell me to. I do my research. I try to figure out, the best outcome. And my dad is actually kind of fueled that a bit because he's been doing this keto diet, which is against the grain. Eating lots of fat. Everybody's worried about their cholesterol, and
Mhm.
everything we know about cholesterol is actually a myth. It's not doesn't work the way that we thought it would. Uh,
Hmm.
and um, yeah, I don't know. I like it's it's hard to talk about because a lot of people get like they get offended when I talk about stuff like that because they get very defensive. It's something that is like, well, the majority of people are doing it, so like they just have a hard time, you know, seeing the way I see it. But
Yeah, it's interesting. I feel like dieting and politics are
oh
like one of
yeah,
those topics that just like everyone has an opinion on. It's
yeah,
funny. It's
no,
like, but
and
I feel like we're still learning so much about it too. Like when I think about the way we produce food and stuff now, I mean, it's so recent. Like you look about 50 years ago, the food we ate then was, I mean, it's totally different. So it does make
absolutely,
sense that we're still kind of figuring out as a society like what's healthiest, what are the best practices.
yeah,
I guess until we
and
all just eat, like Soylent or something.
yeah, be like a Wally, everybody
Yeah,
on that ship,
the cubes.
the smoothies. But like
Mm.
with that doctor that made an article of what we should eat, he left out a lot of information and like skewed the information in order to make it his way because he had a vendetta. That's the way where a lot of doctors were. They like he left out a lot of countries like France that not only did they eat lots of carbohydrates such as wheat and all these high carbohydrate foods, but they also ate a lot of fat. He left that out, and
Mm.
he just left in a bunch of countries that ate high carbohydrates and low fat, and that's uh, actually quite the opposite of the keto diet.
Hmm.
Um, what you could see happen right after that is the fact that they mass-produced wheat, so the wheat is not even the same wheat that we have nowadays. It's like a bastardization of it, essentially.
Hmm.
Um, and the same thing with like corn. The government subsidizes those things. They get money to grow those things, and so they can just produce them in mass. And you can see wheat in nearly everything.
Hmm.
Um, and it's like they actually went back and they looked at it was an African tribe that used to be like the breaming of human evolution. Basically, it was like they were like super awesome hunter gatherers and whatnot.
Hmm.
Um, and they were like super healthy teeth. They didn't really have much health problems. They were all like super fit people. And then as soon as they started taking in like the Western diet, eating wheat and stuff like that, whatever, they started having the worst teeth and like they just had so many health problems just
Oof.
eating. Yeah, like it was like a complete reverse. And so when these people come, it was like in a documentary we watched. When these people came back to them and showed them the correct diet to eat lots of fat and eat like hunter gatherers like they used to, everyone's health just like soared. Like they started losing weight very quickly. It was like a whole 360.
Oh wow.
It was crazy.
Our food is so good though. That's the that's the
Yeah,
tough
I
thing.
know.
Like
That's
fuck,
the thing.
cookies
Most
and
people,
milk and shit.
yeah, most
Uh,
people when you tell them when I tell them about the keto diet, they're like, well, I can't give up bread and cereal, and they don't want to give it up.
yeah.
And the thing you have to realize with it, it's food is an addiction because carbohydrates give your brain dopamine, just like, and it's, I mean, I even still, struggle trying to keep on the keto diet, but it doesn't affect me as badly as my dad. If he doesn't, like his doctor told him one day, like, you're gonna lose your eyesight pretty soon,
Hmm.
like full blindness essentially.
Hmm.
He's like, yeah, that scared him. Fear was quite a motivator in that situation. He's like, I can't do that. So,
Yeah.
and now he's completely off of his diabetic meds and everything. He's doing much better, and he's probably healthier than he's ever been in the past like 25 years. So
That's
it's a crazy
awesome.
thing.
That's cool.
And one thing I wanted to mention was my experience with VR so far.
Yeah, sure.
And it's that the biggest barrier for me right now with VR is that I guess it's something to do with my genetics essentially, but like with most games, I just get incredibly motion sick, like very quickly. And it's of course games like I don't know if you've seen Descent.
No, I haven't.
But it's basically you're in a little spaceship and you fly around in that, so you're not like moving around in a space. You're sitting in a chair and flying around through the space, and that makes me incredibly motion sick. It takes me like literally 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and I'm done.
Oof.
With most other games though that are like full room, I'm pretty okay with it. But any like motion that's not controlled by my own physical body or not being told to my senses or whatever will make me sick, because it's the disconnect between my brain and what's actually I'm seeing, you know.
Yeah. How long does it take for you to go away? Like after you get motion sick?
Quite a while, actually. It takes like a good 15 minutes of just not moving anywhere, just like sitting down.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
I really wanted to try to play Descent in VR, but it was quite a limitation for me, at least with the HTC Vive that I have, and I don't know if it's different with different headsets, or if the technology just hasn't gotten to the point where it won't make me as motion sickness, or I think it will still make me motion sick in some way, so I would have to take like a motion sickness pill before I do any serious VR.
Yeah. It's interesting. It's like this is the first technology I think that kind of affects the physical in that way. I mean, like, you know, some people would get, you know, headaches from like IMAX movies or 3D movies, but
yeah,
I can't really think of another thing where like you get motion sick, or some people get motion sick in the same way that they would, you know, in a boat as an example, or even a car. So
yeah.
I don't know. I think hopefully we'll figure it out as the technology advances.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yep.
We'll see. Well, hey, Player Son, thanks for chatting, man.
Yeah,
Great discussing the diets and whatnot. It's great.
Yeah. Thanks for letting me speak.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Much peace.
Peace.
Folks, the callers today were quality over quantity. Great long talks. A few callers. But like I said, I think for tomorrow's show, what we're going to do is take all of the suggested songs that fit within the Chillhop vibe that people have been posting in the Disrupt Song Suggestions channel. And what we'll do is kind of do a community show. So we'll play the songs that people have suggested. We'll take some callers for the entire hour. And yeah, maybe we'll make Friday Community Day. We'll see. But folks, today over here we're sponsoring the Atlanta Film Festival, the VR section. So unfortunately, my time is running out. I gotta go set that up. I'll be recording the behind the scenes for that. So keep an eye on the channel for that video. But hey, once again, thank you so much for joining VR Radio today. Coconut Sales says, get Todd on the air. Oh, Todd Howard. Okay. We'll take one more call. Todd Howard, you're live on air. The Bethesda man himself.
Hey, thanks, Jack, for having me. I'm surprised.
Oh, absolutely.
It's been a while. How you doing, man?
Oh, you know, I'm all right. I've been trying to complete Skyrim VR. You know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How about you?
Not much. Just working on some assessments, but yeah, it's not too bad. I know you're a bit over time at the moment, so I just got two quick questions for you.
Sure.
The first one is it's an age-old question. I think a lot of people have wanted to know this. Is kissing your homie gay?
Is kissing your homie gay? I think as long as you say no homo after, and obviously, I mean, I have nothing against homosexuals, but I mean, just saying those two words, I think, kind of excludes you in the law of court from
Yeah.
from
yes.
yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Mm.
I would agree with that. That makes sense.
You can also just say
and the other
JK
one-
after.
JK, yeah.
Yeah,
just
either one.
So we've got this issue on the Disrupt server. For all you listeners that are on YouTube, go check it out. It's so good. Everyone's super nice. But we've got an issue. I'm not sure if you noticed, but there's been a lot of Todd Howard impersonations. A lot of people are trying to pretend to be me, and it's hard, you know, because there can only be one.
Yeah.
I get all the ladies. I got all the money. You know, it's pretty obvious which is the real Todd Howard. You can just tell when you're around me. I've got that presence, you know, that aura. But some people aren't sure, and some people get the Todd Howards mixed. So I think we kind of need to clear this up by possibly giving me a Todd Howard role. If it works, if it doesn't, you know, I can keep fighting my way through and prove that I am the one and the only true Todd Howard, creator of Skyrim, creator of ports on every single piece of object in existence.
And also one of the great wearers of leather jackets at E3 and PAX.
Oh yeah.
You know, I think the only way to go about this is to prove yourself as the ultimate Todd Howard by posting some great Todd Howard images, and the one that gets the most upvotes will then get the Todd Howard rank tomorrow. I think that's really the only.
Okay, where are we posting them? That's a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, I was just saying the Todd Howard channel over here. Let me.
Okay, sweet.
Let me post it up in the stream.
I'll make sure I get my Photoshop skills going, my Microsoft Paint skills. Working on it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll keep an eye out on the channel. And,
Awesome. Well, thanks for having me, man.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
Have a good morning.
Yeah, you
Thanks
too,
to
Todd
everybody
Howard.
for listening.
Yeah, thanks for the great games, by the way.
Oh, gee. See ya.
Alright, talk to you later. Hey, folks. I'm saying goodbye again, but hey, once again, thank you for joining VR Radio. I will see you tomorrow, bright and early, 9 a.m.
Also,
EST.
shout out to Kat.
Shout out to Kat. I agree with that. Have a good day, guys. Shout out to Kat.